After 4 full-on rounds of the Motorcycle Trader and News New Zealand Road Racing Championships, the action moved to Mansfield. 2 of the championships were virtually decided. Still up for grabs with the Superbikes. In both production classes, Yamaha-mounted Tony Rees was untouchable.
The 600 class is a lot of fun actually, and normally most of the races are very close. You get out there and you ride as hard as you want, and because you can only ride a 600 so fast, big difference from riding the 600 to the Open. You know, like it actually makes me struggle a little bit when I get on the big one. You get off the big one to the small one's a piece of cake because you just hold it full throttle.
Well, perhaps a piece of cake for Tony Rees because he leads the points chase in this, the 600 Sports Production first race of the day here at Mansfield for the final round of the Motorcycle Trader and News Road Racing Championship. Into the first turn and 34. Brad Selfe from Oamaru on the Honda got a great start, but right around the outside of them goes the man of the moment, Tony Rees on the R6 Yamaha. So a little bit of a change. Last season he was on a Suzuki, dominant on the Suzuki, and now on the blue Yamaha R6 he is dominant again into the infield S's for the first time. It is number 11, Rees in the front. In second place, McLachlan. Then we go back to the first of the Hondas, and it looks like it's Brad Selfe, and right in behind him is perhaps Ray Clee. I think it is number 30 with the yellow helmet, and behind him yet another Honda in the form of Shaun Harris. So really some surprises here in the final round, as we said, of the Road Racing Championships for 1999. No surprises that the man in the front is Tony Rees. He leads the competition on 175 points going into this round. In second place on 129 is Brad Selfe. He's currently in third place in the race at the moment. 37, Shaun Harris has come up to play as well. He moves into second position. So down onto the Central Power front straight they come once again, and I think you'll find the Kawasaki of McLachlan has got up the inside. There it is, the green bike, number 42. Daniel McLachlan and Shaun Harris having a ding-dong battle for second and third at the moment. We're on board here with Daniel McLachlan and the Motorrad Kawasaki's. There goes one of the Hondas. I think that was Harris under braking for Coca-Cola. So Shaun Harris using all his years of experience to get in front of McLachlan. Having a look at the rev counter, getting up towards 14,000 revs as they work their way into the Castrol S's here at the Mansfield Auto Course. This is the man running in third place at the moment, Daniel McLachlan from Lower Hutt. Right in behind him, number 30, Auckland's Ray Clee. And behind them, I think it was 56, Craig Sheriffs on the Suzuki team. In fact, it wasn't. It was another Honda there, and we'll pick them up as they come a bit closer. So the race leader has got it all on his own at the moment. That is Tony Rees, number 11 on the DID Yamaha. But in second place, this man, number 37, Shaun Harris from New Plymouth, the Castrol Honda team. Shaun, of course, a man of many years' experience, been over in the Isle of Man in the New Zealand off-season, and, of course, back now for the summer series, the road racing, and, of course, the very important for him anyway, the Battle of the Streets. The 600 Honda has proved to be a very fast package this year. Right in behind him, another fast package off the Suzuki of last year onto the Kawasaki, and this is Daniel McLachlan. Behind them it is number 30, Ray Clee. The battle for second, third and fourth hots up here in the first 600 Sports Production race of the final round of the Road Racing Championships, brought to you by Motorcycle Trader and News. In the front, this man, and he's already started to pull away. You would expect that. He had a huge points lead going in, and it looks like another national title for KRL's Tony Rees. 11, Rees in the front. Working his way down into the infield hairpin now, and out onto the Denny Holmes straight. Rees on the Yamaha, big gap back to Daniel McLachlan, 37. Oh, and one's gone down, and that was one of the Yamahas, and I believe it was Ivan Smith from New Plymouth, so that is going to put a different complexion on the race. The officials race over to him, and the red flag comes out, so the race has been stopped. So as we look, as Daniel McLachlan rejoins his position on the grid, they pick up the bike of Ivan Smith, and just about set for a restart here at Mansfield. We get the bird's eye view. Now we go to the outside shot. Watch for number 37, Shaun Harris, but watch too for number 11, Rees on the Yamaha. Away he goes again, and somebody in a bother there. I think it might have been Ray Clee on the Honda, went very slowly down the front straight. We're on board here with Daniel McLachlan, and he hasn't got the very best of starts either, as he's mired in the mid-pack at the moment as they go through Coca-Cola. Just keep an eye on the rev counter. Throttle peg to the stop, that's around about 16,000 RPM on the little 600cc four-stroke Kawasaki. As we go back to the main race, this is the battle for second, third and fourth. The Hondas we watched there, 37 Harris and Clee, it is still up there. 42 Daniel McLachlan, just up in front of him, I think it may be 56 Craig Sheriffs, but out in the front, no change as we saw when the race was stopped. It is Rees, number 11 on the Yamaha R6, leading this one. dominant on Suzukis for 4 years, and now perhaps the start of another dynasty for Tony Rees. Is he going to be dominant on the Yamaha? He certainly is in the 600 class. Second place is number 37, and that is Shaun Harris. Just going a little bit wide there was Brad Selfe. We're back on board here with Daniel McLachlan, just going past Lee Richardson of Lower Hutt and moving into one of the difficult corners here at Mansfield. This is the Dunlop sweeper onto the Central Power front straight once again. Once again, you have a look at the rev counter on the Kawasaki. 34, Brad Selfe on the Honda from Oamaru, currently sits in second place in the 600 Sports Production Points title chase. Just up in front of him, his Castrol Honda teammate Shaun Harris, but the one they're all chasing just going out of our shot, and that is Tony Rees. Here comes Daniel McLachlan though. He's on a real charge now as he gets up close and personal with Brad Selfe from Oamaru, and right round the outside of him he goes through the infield S's here at Mansfield. Now his target is Shaun Harris just up in front of him. They've had huge battles right throughout the multi-round series that is the Road Racing Championships, both in this class and of course in Formula 2, because Daniel McLachlan, not only is he a front runner in the 600 Sports Production, but on the very same bike he leads the Formula 2 class. 37, that's the man he's trying to chase at the moment. This is Shaun Harris from New Plymouth. The Castrol Honda right in behind him, the Motorrad Kawasaki of Daniel McLachlan. A fantastic scrap for second and third here in the sports production, but boy, this guy has left them all to it. Number 11, Tony Rees from Powerrail on the Yamaha, way out in front of this one, and heading towards another victory in the 600 Sports Production class. Number 11, Tony Rees gets the maximum 25 points. In second place, it's Shaun Harris on the Honda. Daniel McLachlan, what a ride on the Kawasaki. And in fourth place, Brad Selfe does himself no harm at all. So this is the one the crowds come to see. This is the first round of the Superbikes, and the two protagonists are in your shot at the moment. Number 3, Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui, and number 11, that is Jason McEwen from Sanson, just up the road here from Mansfield. But the man that's shot to the front is number 52, Johnny Hepburn from Timaru on the Hayabusa Suzuki, and right alongside him, 69, Jared Love. But really, it's all about the Kawasaki twosome, because only 9 points separates Dean Fulton on 159 points from Jason McEwen on 150. And we just saw a brilliant move there from 69, Jared Love, on the GSXR 750 based Suzuki Superbike there, up the inside of the Hayabusa, so he moves into first place, and it looks like Dean Fulton on the charge as well as he goes through on the inside of the big Suzuki. So changes afoot in the first laps here of the Superbikes. Remember, it's all between number 11 and number 3, but certainly playing a bit of a spoiler role, and in with a chance of getting a podium finish, number 69, Jared Love from Hamilton on the Road and Sport Suzuki, out in the front at the moment. Don't discount bike number 99, that is Paul G from Auckland. He is right up there in the points as well. But the first 4 you see on your screen at the moment is where the championship will be decided. 11, Jason McEwen from Sanson, all over the bike and all over the racetrack as he challenges Jared Love down the front straight into the inside running onto Coca-Cola, and he'll come out with the nose in front. He does so. Brilliant move from McEwen. McEwen on the 900 Kawasaki, basically a production bike with slicks and a couple of alterations. Behind him, 69, Jared Love on the GSXR 750. Well, it started life as a 750. It's now out to 820 cc's. Alan Franklin from Coleman's Suzuki doing the engine work on that bike, and really a great ride from Jared Love, because it's his first season on the Superbike. Last year, if you're a regular watcher of motorcycling events in New Zealand, you will have known that Jared was riding basically the 600 Sports Production class. This time, he's made the move up to the bigger bikes, the 750s in the open production, and this one, the Superbikes. Currently running in second place behind Jason McEwen, and right in there too, Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui. Fulton's been doing a bit of racing overseas. He is as sharp as a tack, and really, he's got a sniff for this championship. Down the Central Power front straight they come once again. The 900 Kawasaki just seems to have the edge, but here comes Love. Love up the inside this time. You saw McEwen do it to him in the last lap, and this time McEwen has to concede, and the Suzuki goes into the front. And have a look at that, the knee scraper. A shower of sparks from Jared Love's bike as he rides it like a bucking bronco as they head into the infield S's. 69, Love in the front, the Road and Sport Suzuki, Shell Advanced Oil sponsored machine. Right in behind him, the Motorrad Planet Design Kawasaki of Jason McEwen, and in third place, it is the Hamilton Motorcycle Centre rider, Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui. Well, they're scrapping like there's no tomorrow in this one. It's all about points, it's all about prestige, and at the end of the day, it's about a national title. 11, McEwen gets away again. Down the Denny Holm straight they come. Jared Love, the last of the late breakers, as they come into Higgins once again, looking for a way, any way he can, get around that Kawasaki, and heading out onto the back straight. He's close enough to challenge, and Dean Fulton's not too far away now. But look at this, right around the outside as they head through Dunlop and onto the Central Power front straight. Oh, and Jared Love nearly threw it all away there. Tell you what, that's the luckiest save we've seen. Let's have a look at it on the replay.
just up behind Jason and tried to wick it up a little bit too hard, and the rear end just stepped down a little bit, and it was just pure luck staying on.
Well, Jared Love, the master of the understatement there, luck indeed, and he's lost a bit of composure. Dean Fulton comes up into second place, but no, he doesn't, because Fulton's forced wide by Summers on the ZXR Kawasaki, and that allows Love to come back into it, so he stays in second place. So, well, racing's a battle of changing fortunes. We're certainly seeing it here in the Superbikes. It's Jason McEwen out in the front. It is Love in second place, and it is Dean Fulton in third. Remember, as we told you going into this one, just 9 points separated the Kawasaki riders. 11 McEwen and 9 Fulton. The spoiler, though, is the man showering the sparks on the Dean Fulton, and this is Jared Love from Hamilton on the Road and Sports Suzuki. Now, the backmarkers are maybe going to play a part in this race as Jason McEwen comes up onto one of the slower riders there, trying to get around him and not lose too much time. John Stewart from Pawanui manages to negotiate him quite safely. So too does Love and Fulton. So the three of them still locked together as they race down the straight here. 11 McEwen on the ZX 900 Kawasaki. Right in behind him, number 69, Jared Love on the 820 Suzuki. And still in there with a fighting chance is the ZX 750 RR Kawasaki mounted Dean Fulton. That's the only real true superbike in the field, and at the moment he's running a little bit of a distant third. And have a look at this, Jared Love's going to have another go, the same place we saw him have the incident. This time he's a little bit more judicial on the throttle, and he's going to get second place, but he's not going to stop. Jason McEwen, a quick look behind to see where the opposition is. We can tell him they're well back, and McEwen wins it. Love is second, Fulton third, and Ray Clee on the Honda is fourth. Welcome back, folks, to Manfield for the final round of the Motorcycle Trader and News New Zealand Road Racing Championships. And this is the final round of the Open Sports Production class. And really, Tony Rees, watch him on bike number 1. He doesn't have to ride this event. He's got enough points to have already claimed the title. So a real great day for Tony Rees. He won the 600 Sports Production, and he will win the Open Production as well. The man that's closest to him on points is bike number 2, Jason McEwen. And I tell you what, they say that racing is a matter of what ifs. Well, if Jason McEwen had a better day at Pukekohe in one of the previous rounds, he crashed in practice and destroyed his race bike. They cobbed together a bike to get him into the points. It wasn't enough to halt the charge of Tony Rees, and really the Kawasaki team said that Pukekohe was their track. It wasn't to be, and Tony Rees has stolen a march in the points, and as I said, he doesn't really have to ride this race. Second at the moment behind Brian Bernard on the Hayabusa Suzuki. There he is, the Jolette Suzuki rider. In behind him now is number 2, and that is Jason McEwen. Right in behind him, Rees. So they're the two scrapping for the points, and further back still, Paul G, number 99 on the Yamaha. He's in with a chance in the points as well. And so too is Brian Bernard. He's had a fantastic season. Debuted the Hayabusa, took out the first Australasian win for the big 1300 Suzuki, and really his season has gone from strength to strength from the Suzuki series, and now looking forward to a good summer and of course the Battle of the Streets. 7, Bernard on the 1300 in front. Well, I spoke too soon, because in the infield S's, up the inside goes Jason McEwen from Sanson, the Motorrad Planet Design Kawasaki, and into the front. But really, he's going to win the battle, but he can't win the war. Tony Rees has already done that. Still, it'll be a good race, I'm sure of that. Rees won't want to have the pride dented. I'm sure he'll want to get up in front of Jason McEwen. And Brian Bernard obviously isn't going to lie down on the big 1300cc Suzuki, so he's certainly got the horsepower advantage in these open production bikes. Remember, these bikes are the same bikes you can go into your local motorcycle dealer and buy. Of course, they've stripped the headlights out and made a few rudimentary changes to race them, but basically these are production machines. What a showcase for the major distributors as we watch them come down the front straight. McEwen in the front, then it's Brian Bernard, then it's the Yamaha of Rees, and then it looks like number 69, Jared Love, coming into the picture as well on the 750 GSXR 750 Suzuki. So all the top names coming to play here in the final race of the Open Sports Production for the 1999 year 2000 Road Racing Championships. Rees up the inside of Brian Bernard through the Castrol S's here at Manfield. So he moves up into second place now. The Yamaha. Right in behind him, the Suzuki twins, Bernard and 69, Jared Love. You've already seen Jared have one of his 9 lives nearly in the Superbike race. Well, he's retained his composure, and he's out there doing it in the open production race as well. This, though, is Brian Bernard from Wanganui, the Jolette Suzuki 1300cc Hayabusa. If you wanted to buy one of those machines, went to your local Suzuki dealer, it's going to cost you the best part of $22,000. So that is a lot of motorcycle. It's very, very fast, but there are question marks in racing spec over how well they brake and handle. Certainly a lot of bike to contend with, but Brian Bernard does it better than most. Starting to hot up at the front of the field now, though. Number 2, Jason McEwen, under a fair bit of pressure from Tony Rees. Rees dives down the inside on the Central Power Straight and into Coca-Cola. He hits the front. So Tony Rees, the order is sorted out, but McEwen comes straight back at him on the 900. Have a look at them fighting the bike as they go into the S's here. Anyone that thinks you're just sitting on a motorcycle and the bike does all the work, it couldn't be further from the truth. These guys are athletes. They really do work hard, and I can tell you from experience, when they finish their events, they are covered in sweat like they'd run a marathon. It really is a physical contest out there as much as a mechanical one. And these two rivals, they know exactly what they can do. They can push each other quite safely, and that's what we're doing here. Rees on the Yamaha in second place at the moment to Jason McEwen in first on the Kawasaki. Of course, it's the other way around in the points. Tony Rees, as we told you, doesn't have to ride this event to wrap up yet another national title. So both production titles will go to Yamaha this year. This is a scrap for 4th and 5th further down the field as we look for the race leader to come through once again, Johnny Hepburn and Andrew Stroud. And this is Tony Rees, and he's come down. Well, we didn't see it, but Tony Rees has come down. He is going very slowly, and I'm sure he will go back into the pits and his race will be over. So as we said, Jason McEwen will win the battle, but he can't win the war. Number 2, McEwen on the Kawasaki, unchallenged at the front of the field now. But bad news for Tony Rees, not too sure where that happened, but Rees looks like he will be a non-finisher in this, the last race of the open production for the Road Racing Championship Series. This man, though, will finish in style. What if it only could have been different at Pukekohe? That's what will be going through the mind of Jason McEwen at the moment, because really that was a turning point in his season. He said to me he wanted to win both open production races. He's done that. In second place, Jared Love. That'll get him a podium finish in the championship. In third, Brian Bernard. And in fourth, Andrew Stroud on the Honda. Well, Jace, you said to us early in the day that you wanted to win the 2 races here today. You've done that. You happy?
Yeah, real happy. It was good to get back on my home track and a place I know really well. Me and Tony were having a real good little dice out there. It was excellent fun. It's just it would have been nice to win the championship overall, but I've got to be happy with second.
Well, Jason McEwen might be happy with second, but I don't think he'll be settling for second in this one. The final round of the Superbikes, and Dean Fulton and McEwen locked together on 175 points. Should they make a mistake, Jared Love will be there as well, and don't discount Johnny Hepburn on 114. So there they are, the 2 Kawasaki twins. 11 is McEwen, 3 is Dean Fulton. Away they go, and Fulton and McEwen locked together, but watch for the start coming from 52 on the Hayabusa. That's John Hepburn, and diving into the inside, running for Coca-Cola for the first time, it is Dean Fulton. And I've just noticed that Jason McEwen has dropped back to 4th place. Really, he needs to be up there with Fulton if he's got any chance of taking this Superbike title. And maybe, just maybe, there's a problem with Jason McEwen. At the moment, though, it is number 3, Dean Fulton in the front. Behind him, it is 52, Johnny Hepburn from Timaru on the Suzuki Shell Advanced Oils Hayabusa, and right in behind them, in fact, it might have changed now, 69, Jared Love, already up into second place as they head out onto the Denny Holm Straight for the first time. And Jason McEwen has dropped out of the picture. Now, this is terribly bad luck for the Sanson rider, because really, he was in with a red-hot go at this, locked together on points with Dean Fulton. And look at that, Jason McEwen back in 5th place behind Ray Clee now. So I wonder what has happened to Jason McEwen. 52 there, John Hepburn from Timaru on the big Hayabusa. Right in behind him on the CBR 900, that's Ray Clee from Kumu. But the man of the moment, well, it's I was going to say it's Dean Fulton. It's not, it's Jared Love. He's stolen the show as they go into Coca-Cola once again. Jared Love is going to make all his winning posts here at Mansfield today. In the front, he is. Right in behind him is the points leader, and that's Dean Fulton. Then it's 52, John Hepburn from Timaru, another one that had problem in the early rounds, and 36, Ray Clee on the Honda right in there as well. So what's happened to Jason McEwen? All the fans here at Mansfield will be just distraught. Jason McEwen lives just up the road in Sanson. He's brought a big troop of cheering people down here to help him win this championship, and it ain't going to happen because he is right out of the picture. We can only speculate that there's a problem with the bike or something like that, but Jason McEwen is gone from the front of the picture, and indeed maybe the front of the podium. And there he is there, and really I guess the body language tells you everything. He's sat up. He's not too interested in it anymore. He has a quick look just to see where he is on the racetrack. He doesn't want to have the ignominy of coming in last place. And I see if we zoom in on the picture, you'll see that the front tyre is flat. That's the reason that Jason McEwen isn't up to his normal supersonic speed. Well, that is desperate bad luck for the man from Sanson, because as we said, he Clee and this man, number 3, Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui on the Kawasaki 750 RR, were locked together on 175 points. Really, all Fulton's got to do now is stay on 2 wheels and he will win his first national road racing title. So Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui, the Hamilton Motorcycle Centre, Avon Tyres sponsored Kawasaki, becomes the man of the moment with the demise of his fellow Kawasaki teammate Jason McEwen. At the moment though, Fulton is in second place. The man of the hour here at Mansfield, if you like, is the man at the front of the field, and that is Jared Love from Hamilton. There he is, 69, Jared Love, the Roden Sport Suzuki Shell Advanced Oils 820cc Superbike fire breather, and Jared Love really getting to grips with it in the front of this field at the moment. Second place is Fulton, in third is Ray Clee, and Ray Clee to me looks like he's making inroads into the second place position of Dean Fulton. So changes are plenty here in the last race of the day, the final round of the Superbikes at the Motorcycle Trader and News New Zealand Road Racing Championships. 69, Jared Love. If he continues in that position, that's going to put him on the podium at the end of the day for the championship. This man, though, is going to climb the top step if he stays there. 3, Dean Fulton, 36. Clee in third place on the Honda. And watch too for Paul G and Johnny Hepburn there as well, 52 on the Hayabusa. Both those guys in contention for a top 5 slot. Down the Denny Holmes straight goes Jared Love. Just see the throttle hand twitching a bit as he goes down the gearbox through the double apex turn that is Higgins. Just putting the slow riders behind him. There is number 99. This is Paul G from Auckland on yet another Yamaha machine. Metzler Yamaha sponsored rider. Paul G from Auckland currently sits in 4th place. Make it 5th place. 1 lap to go here as Ray Clee mounts a charge, and down the inside as they go down Central Power he goes, and I think he's made the pass as we concentrate on the race leader through Coca-Cola for the last time for Jared Love. It's been a good last round in the Motorcycle Trader and News Road Racing Championships for the man from Hamilton, because really he has shown what he is capable of and maybe just thrown down the gauntlet to some of these guys with the Battle of the Streets upcoming here in the New Zealand season. Great ride too for Ray Clee. The Honda team, the Castrol Honda boys, Paul Stewart and the team have worked hard all season to get a competitive bike under Ray Clee. A very, very talented rider, does a lot of riding overseas where he can, and boy, he brings back that experience here, and finally his hard work and dedication is going to pay off with a 2nd place here in the last race. Behind him it is number 3, the man of the moment, certainly the man with the points lead, that is Dean Fulton, as we watch the style of Kumu's Ray Clee. Behind them Fulton, behind them 52. The first time that I've come to Mansfield at the end of a championship and I've seen that number 52 John Hepburn's in fine shape. You remember last year he had to be helped to the machine on crutches. This year he's had some mechanical problems, but he's still going to finish on the podium. This man though, the checkered flag comes out for Jared Love. He wins the final race in the Superbikes. 36 clears 2nd. Dean Fulton comes through in 3rd but does enough to win the title, and in 4th place it was number 52 Johnny Hepburn. So Jared Love takes the win, but Dean Fulton the champion on the Kawasaki for the Superbikes.
The Superbike is the nicest bike I've ever ridden so far, so it does everything so perfectly. It is quite hard going back to the production bike and it's sliding around a lot, so yeah, that's a lot of the slides that I get on.
Well, good season. First up, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Yeah, I thought the warm-up lap, the bike felt really strange in the front end, and I thought my steering damper was starting to seize on me. But it wasn't until I got back in at the end of that race I found out my front tyre was flat, so I must have got a puncture on the warm-up lap somewhere. So, geez, I don't know, mate. It's bad luck for you, I suppose. It's racing, eh? But
for the past 2 seasons, New Zealand motorcyclists have had some racing during the off-season. Tim Gibbs and his team of generous helpers, with the support of Suzuki, have provided this 6-round off-season challenge. Hi folks, and welcome to the Mansfield Auto Course. We're here for the final round of the Suzuki Winter Series, and what a fantastic series it's been. We've got a huge turnout. We've got all the heroes here from last summer. We've got Suzuki coming to the fore, of course. We've got a debut for the new 1300cc machine. You name it, it's all here. The series has been going right throughout the middle of the North Island over the winter, and as you can see, it's a little bit wintry here at Palmerston North, but I'm sure we're going to see some great racing. Sit back and watch the best here at Mansfield. Well, a burst is certainly what we've got as we wait for the red flag to go. This is the first race of the day, brought to you by Suzuki Motorcycles. This is the production class bikes, and for the first round we have combined them. Look for number 7 there, that's Brian Bernard from Wanganui on the Jolette Suzuki V1000. Alongside of him is number 76. Now this is Simon Turner. He's the points leader in the 600 class. That's why he's sitting on the front of the grid, and right alongside him, number 19 on the Kawasaki, is Corey Oxenham. Away they go, second time. A bit of a jump there from Oxenham. Big wheelie, but it's number 7 Bernard. And have a look at Carl Moorkirk, number 71 on the Yamaha, right into the front as they head down into Coca-Cola for the first time. But diving up the inside of him is Brian Bernard from Wanganui. As we said, Brian Bernard is an absolute star here at the Suzuki Series. He's won just about every round he's competed in. He didn't have to ride today, but he thought he would anyway for the big crowd here for the final. So Bernard on the Suzuki leads at 71. Moorkirk in second place at the moment from Dargaville on the YZF 1000. So the big bikes, as you would expect, coming to the fore here as they head into the hairpin for the first time. In and out of the hairpin they come. 7 in the front. Moorkirk 71 on the Yamaha. So Suzuki leads Yamaha at the moment. Looks like a Kawasaki in there as well. Watch 2 for 52. Graham Parr on the Kawasaki ZX6R. Into Higgins for the first time, and it is Brian Bernard on the V1000 Suzuki. This is a bike he's very, very familiar with. He rockets off down the back straight for the first time. Moorkirk still sits in second place, but this is the V1000 at full speed. Now it's down through the gearbox as he comes into the sweeper and out onto the central power front straight once again. 7, Brian Bernard from Wanganui leads it, 1 lap down in the first race of the 1999 Suzuki Series, round 9, the final round of what has been a very successful race series. Into Coca-Cola again, and nothing but clear track in front of him for Bernard. Second place still 71, Carl Moorkirk from Dargaville on the YZF 1000. So the big bikes, as we said, coming to the fore, and in third place, I think it may be 96, in fact 76, Simon Turner on the Phil Turnbull Motorcycles Yamaha. In fact it isn't, it's Dean Fulton. He's got up into third place. Behind him, number 24, this is Aaron Maitland from Takanini, the county's Honda machine. Then it's Turner, and then we go back to number 52, Graham Parr on yet another Kawasaki 600. So this is a battle further down the field, the battle for 4th and 5th and 6th by the look of it. Aaron Maitland just shuffling off the back of the pack there, and that allows Fulton and Turner to get away. But now he uses the power of the big Honda to work his way up on the outside of Simon Turner as they come into the braking for Higgins once again. The CBR 900 Fireblade of Aaron Maitland working up onto the inside there of Moorkirk. Dean Fulton just up in front of them as they head along the back straight. Number 8, Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui on the Hamilton Motorcycle Centre Kawasaki. This is a great scrap going on for the miners. Remember, Brian Bernard from Wanganui is way out in the front. He has cleared away from this field, as he's done right throughout the series. Further down still 2, watch for Daniel McLachlan in 69, having his first drive on the big 750 Suzuki. This is Jared Love from Hamilton. So the riders down the central power front straight, in and out of Coca-Cola, and heading on towards the infield S's. 69 Love on the Rodent Sport GSXR 750 Suzuki. Just behind him on the Kawasaki, we think it's Daniel McLachlan, and behind them now is Moorkirk from Dargaville, so he's slipping back through the field. Now these guys started at the back of the field. Remember, the grid positions were decided by the points going into the last round. That's why Brian Bernard, and there he is there, was on the front of the field. Great scrap further down through the field there, as you see. Ray Clee just coming into your shot as well on the CBR 600. This is number 24 though. This is Aaron Maitland from Takanini, the county's Honda CBR 900. Right in behind him is Simon Turner, and Turner leads the 600 class. Remember, for this race, the two classes are combined, the open production and the 600 sports production combined on the race, but of course they'll be scored separately. It's not going to matter to number 7, Brian Bernard. He is so far in front in the points. The best part of 80 points in front as the white flag comes out, meaning 1 lap to go for Bernard. All he has to do is keep it on 2 wheels, and that is the Suzuki Series Championship for Brian Bernard. But I tell you what, he's going to be a tired boy by the end of the day, because not only is he riding this class, he's also riding the A grade, and you'll see a bit later on, he's also conducting riding schools. So he is going to be bushed at the end of the day. The popular man from Wanganui, Brian Bernard, on the Suzuki V1000. Brilliant smooth riding from Bernard. Pops up a wheelie as they head through the S's again, now going into the infield hairpin. Round he comes, the wind blowing strongly here at Palmerston North, as it always seems to do at Mansfield. Not bothering the bikes too much though. Full speed down the Denny Holm straight, and then sits up and then on to the double front disc brake, and the disc brake on the rear gets a work at as well before it's through the double apex turn that is Higgins and out onto the back straight. So Brian Bernard making every post a winner as he heads away in the first race of the morning here at the Mansfield Auto Course. 79 there, Owen Jessup from Hamilton on his Yamaha R6, just having a great dice there with some of the 600 riders. Really using their advantage, probably haven't got the horsepower of the big open class monsters, but certainly making up for it with better braking and handling capabilities. And none more so than this man, number 7, Brian Bernard. The cheers go up for him, he wins it and wins it easily. In second place, it's bike number 8, Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui on the Kawasaki. Third is Auckland's Aaron Maitland, and in fourth place, Jared Love on the Suzuki.
I got such a points lead, I don't actually need to compete today at all. But just want to come out and have some more fun and blaze around. I still have to win the A grade yet. I have a substantial points lead in the A grade, so I have to finish one of the 3 races today to take out that class as well.
So this is the Formula 3 Plus class, and Honda sponsors this one, even though we are here for the Suzuki Road Race Series. Watch for number 49 getting away on the Yamaha. That's Darryl Rowe Mitchell on the FZR 400. He gets the best of the start. Also coming up the outside, a bit of a blast from the past. That's Colin Tate on the Norton Dominator. So into Coca-Cola for the first time. It's Rowe Mitchell on the FZR 400 in the front, and it looks like it is number 17, Paul Simonsen. We'll check on that when they come a bit closer. In fact, it's Glenn Tanner, I believe, on the Honda VFR 400 in second place. And watch too for the man in blue. This is Troy O'Donoghue from Palmerston North. Now, he's just a young fella. This is his first season in road racing, and he's got the Kawasaki into the front of the field. A brilliant move there through the infield S's as they line up the hairpin for the first time. Tanner there in second place, and he's got it wrong. Tanner's overcooked it and gone over the high side, and the bike seemed to go on forever. It doesn't make any difference to number 81 though, and this is Troy O'Donoghue from Palmerston North, the Total Motorcycles Kawasaki rider. Out in front, he's done a Suzuki training course, so he really knows what he has to do. He's back a little ways in the points, so he's really no threat to win this championship. But with Glenn Tanner gone, it's certainly going to make a change at the top of the field. There is Glenn Tanner just walking through your shot there, so he's A-OK, which is great news. And good news for this guy, because he has got a big lead now out in front. Troy O'Donoghue from Palmerston North on the Kawasaki. Back in second place, well, we believe it's Bill van der Hoven from Tauranga. He's the points leader in the Formula 3 Plus. In fact, it's not. It's Paul Simonsen, number 17 on the RGV 250 Suzuki. Then it's Van der Hoven right in behind him, looking for a pass. Pulls out of the draft as they come into Coca-Cola, dives to the inside, and I think he's got it. Yes, he has. And then it is Darryl Rowe Mitchell. He got such a great start, but Van der Hoven's gone wide, and that's allowed Simonsen to get up through into second place again. So we concentrate on the battle for second, third and fourth at the moment. 17 Simonsen from Howick and Auckland, then it's 23 Van der Hoven, and then it is 49, and that is Darryl Rowe Mitchell on the YZF 400R. Remember, he got such a great start, but now just drifting back a little ways. Behind them, it looks like it is number 30, Scott Griffiths there on the Honda. Out in the front, remember, 81, Troy O'Donoghue from Palmerston North has shot this field to pieces, but a good scrap for second and third. Remember that number 23 on the Yamaha just about to be passed as they head into Higgins again by Simonsen. This is Bill van der Hoven. He is the current points leader. If he keeps his nose clean and stays within the top point scoring in these rounds, he will win the Formula 3 title. At the moment, he has got all the work to do because 17, Ricky Simonsen on the Suzuki, is really giving him some grief as they head down onto the front straight once again. The battle for second, third and fourth, 23, 17 and 49. Yamaha, and the meat in the sandwich, the meat in the Yamaha sandwich is Paul Simonsen from Howick. Remember, out in the front, just minding his own business and reeling off the fast lap times is bike number 81, Troy O'Donoghue from Palmerston North, but we concentrate on this battle for second, third and fourth, and it could matter with the outcome of the series. There is Bill van der Hoven, 23. He's the points leader, as we told you. This is the ex-Jared Love machine, the bike that Jared rode to the championship title a couple of seasons ago. He's moved on to the Suzukis, of course, but Bill now picks up the ride, the Auto Rewind-sponsored bike. Right behind him, it's Howick's Paul Simonsen, and then it is New Plymouth's Rowe Mitchell. And maybe some problems for Simonsen because Rowe Mitchell's stolen a march and got through under brakes as they come out of Higgins again and onto the back straight. Now we'll see who's got the more horsepower. Will it be the 400 Yamaha or will it be the RGV 250 Suzuki of Simonsen? 49, Rowe Mitchell. Back into third place now. Up in front of him, 23, remember, Bill van der Hoven. Don't forget him. He is the points leader. But this is the battle now for third and fourth. Full speed down the Central Power front straight, well over 100 miles an hour for the Formula 3 Plus bikes, brought to you by Honda Motorcycles. Just got a glimpse of Van der Hoven as he goes through Coca-Cola. There is the race leader though, 81, Troy O'Donoghue. was telling us early in the morning that he really felt good. He's round about 4th or 5th in the point standing, so maybe he can climb up. He doesn't think he can win it unless something really bad happens to Bill van der Hoven. We hope that doesn't happen, but of course the pressure off van der Hoven a wee bit, because Glenn Tanner, who we saw fall at this very point, was running in second in the points. He won't get to finish this race. It remains to be seen whether he'll finish the other races this afternoon. 81, O'Donoghue sits up, just lets the wind do a bit of braking, then goes down through the gearbox as he heads into Higgins once again. Pretty much a double apex turn here at Mansfield, a real toughie. And then, of course, it's exits out onto the big long back straight. So there is the style of a winner here, just coming up to lap one of the competitors. This is Mark Sampson on the Ducati, just being put a lap behind as Troy O'Donoghue heads for the checkered flag. It's unfurled, and O'Donoghue takes his first win of round number 6 on the Kawasaki. In second place, it will be Bill van der Hoven from Tauranga, and on third place, it's Darryl Mitchell-Rowe, another Yamaha rider. In fourth, Auckland's Paul Simonsen. And you're still in with a chance in the points with a couple of races to go in the final round.
Yeah, well, see my main rival Glenn biffed it in the Hepburn there, so she could be second. I don't know about first though, unless Bill does something stupid.
You've enjoyed the series?
Excellent series, wonderful, best series ever. Yeah, really good. Really, Tim's done a really good job, eh? Yeah, love it.
Well, the action hardly ever stops here at Mansfield. This is the second of the open production races, brought to you by Suzuki Motorcycles. A bit of a history-making occasion as we watch number 24, Aaron Maitland, scoot away with the whole shot as he goes down through the gearbox into the braking for Coca-Cola. Looks like Dean Fulton moving through there as well. But have a look at bike number 7. Now, we told you in the first race that it was Brian Bernard on his V1000 Suzuki. It's still Brian Bernard, but he is riding the 1300cc Hayabusa. This is the worldwide debut of the Hayabusa here, and boy, oh boy, this is some motorcycle. $22,000 worth of motorcycle to be exact, and man oh man, it is an absolute rocket ship. But there are some question marks about how well it'll handle and how well it'll stop. At the moment, it's being upstaged a little bit by Suzuki teammate Jared Love, moving up into second place. In fact, moving up into first, I think. No, the big Honda, the 900 Honda of Maitland, just having a little bit of an edge on the horsepower as they come into Higgins for the first time. Watch the Hayabusa number 7. This is a 1300cc motorcycle. This one pretty much in stock standard production trim, but Brian tells me that they will be working on the bike to get it up into racing spec just as soon as they can. So a worldwide debut here for the Suzuki. 69, Jared Love gets very shaky indeed as he comes down onto the front straight once again. The Road and Sport Suzuki rider, Shell Advance Oil sponsored man from Hamilton. In second place, Aaron Maitland. Both these two guys in the front, well, I've spoken too soon, because number 7, Bernard, just puts the foot down, or should I say twists the throttle a little bit harder and rockets by under full acceleration. So the Hayabusa hits the front. The first time we've seen the big Suzuki production bike in the front of any race anywhere. And Brian Bernard, the man to do it, because he has been absolutely dominant in the Suzuki series for 1999. The second year the series has been going, something like 900 riders have taken part in the 6-round series, and boy oh boy, they're certainly leaving their best to last here at Mansfield. 69, Jared Love in second on yet another Suzuki, but that one a 750. So the 1300 you would have to expect will be a lot faster. But will it stop, and will it go around the corners just as quickly as the more nimble GSXR 750 you see on your screen at the moment? The Road and Sport rider, Jared Love, ex-motocrosser, sits up in second place here. Just got the bike a couple of weeks ago, so they really haven't had a lot of time to do testing and familiarisation on this one. Of course, if you're a regular spectator from motorcycling events, you'll know that Jared drove or rode a 600 machine last year. But he has made the move up, and we'll see him in the summer on a Superbike as well. We'll certainly see this man in the summer. 7, Brian Bernard, reels off another lap. 69, Love in second place. 24 is Maitland. Then it's number 18. This is Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui, the Hamilton Motorcycles Kawasaki. Dean, another one that really got the series off with a bang, because he went to Taupo round 5 and had a clean sweep in the A-grade racing, ran 3 out of 3. This time he's running in both classes. We see him here in the open production on the ZX9. 8, Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui currently sits in behind the Honda of Aaron Maitland, but the real story is at the front of the field, and that is the Suzuki battle between the Hayabusa of Brian Bernard, the Jolette Suzuki sponsored rider, and the Road and Sport Suzuki GSXR 750 of Jared Love. We concentrate on the Kawasaki pilot. Had a brilliant summer series last year, took out the Robert Holden Memorial Championship in the Battle of the Streets racing, and looking forward to more of the same. I was talking to him early this morning. He said really he's using the Suzuki series as preparation, a little bit of training. He's been overseas, been racing in Australia, and really just wants to get his hand in as we head towards a busy motorcycling program over the summer. 7, Brian Bernard, white flag, so 1 to go, has a quick look behind to see where Jared Love is. And we can tell him that he's right there, sniffing at his exhaust pipe as they go into Coca-Cola once again. Slightly different lines for the bigger bike. You appreciate another quick look behind. Remember, Brian only has to run one of these races to wrap up the Open Class Championship. In fact, he has wrapped up the Open Class Championship, and he's got to run one in the A grade to wrap that up as well. So a great day for Suzuki here. They're going to finish 1 and 2. More importantly, Brian Bernard is going to lead. Well, he has led. He's dominated the Open Class Production Championship here for the Suzuki Series, and he's going to win it quite comfortably, or is he? Because here comes a charge now from 69, Jared Love from Hamilton. 7, Bernard heads down to Higgins for the very last time. You see the front dive under the heavy braking there on the Hayabusa. Remember, it's making its worldwide debut here in New Zealand at Mansfield. Suzuki obviously very keen to get this bike on the track. Look at Love now, coming at him again as they go down the back straight. Jared Love on the 750, remember. The 1300 Suzuki of Brian Bernard. Is he going to hold him out? Love gets very close indeed as they go round Dunlop onto the central power front straight. He gets the nose in front. He's just drifted a little bit wide. The checkered flag comes out. Is it going to be Bernard or is it going to be Jared Love? It's going to be Wanganui's Brian Bernard, so he wins it. Love is second on the Suzuki, Fulton third on the Kawasaki, and wrapping up the major brands, Aaron Maitland is fourth on the Honda. Well, Brian, the first time on the 1300. I mean, you've been driving the 1000 for quite a few years. What's the difference?
Horsepower. We have quite a bit more work yet to do on this. We only just got it on the track yesterday, and I was quite ill with the flu all day yesterday, so I didn't really spend much time on the bike, but got it to where it's rideable. But yeah, a lot more work to do yet. It'll go a lot faster than it does today.
Any problems with the handling and the braking?
Yeah, we're having a bit of problems with the brakes and stuff. I think it's because of the extra weight. But again, it's just be some sorting out time and a couple more days testing and we'll be away.
Well, congratulations, another win again. This winter series has certainly been a happy hunting ground for you.
Yeah, it has. It's been a good season.
And you've been pretty busy too, running a class there in the lunch break?
Yeah, I work 2 jobs and I run the MNZ road and road race courses. As well as I have a wife, 2 kids and a mortgage, and you know, we're pretty busy.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Cheers. Well, a very happy Brian Bernard there on his Suzuki, and why wouldn't he be? Because he has all but wrapped up the A-grade championships as well. This is what we watch at the moment. 7, Bernard, the man of the moment. Watch 2 for 19, Corey Oxenden in second place in the points going into this final round. Watch 2 for 24, Aaron Maitland. Now the A-grade class is made up of lap time, so really is the best of the best out there at Mansfield here today for the Suzuki Series. And once again, it's a Suzuki runaway. 7 is Bernard, 69 right with him as we saw in the previous Open Class race. That is Jared Love. Then we go back to 24 Maitland. Then I think it might be Dean Fulton. Beanie to his friends sitting up there in 4th place. And then the first of the 600s, I'm sure, that is Corey Oxenden from Papamoa. So through the infield S's and out into the hairpin for the first of 5 times. 69, Jared Lovett is in the front now, goes right out wide and then rockets the power down as he comes down the Denny Holmes straight. Watch the Hayabusa though, 1300cc machine. The 750 isn't going to get away from it too easily, I would think, as they come into Higgins for the first of 5. 69, Love leads it. 7 is Bernard. Looks like Fulton's got up into 30s, disposed of Aaron Maitland there on the Honda. And further back still, it might have been Corey Oxenden, number 19, just lost him as he went out of shot. 69, this man though, doing a fantastic job on a bike he's only virtually slung a leg over in the last couple of days. Jared Love on the Roden Sport Suzuki GSXR 750, part of the Suzuki team, of course, that we met in the lunch break here at Mansfield. 1 lap down and the 750 in front of the Hayabusa at the moment. Dean Fulton up the inside, so using the nimbleness of the 900 Kawasaki. In fact, I think that may be his Superbike. That might be the 750 Kawasaki Superbike sitting up into 2nd place now. So into the S's they go once again, and have a look at Dean Fulton right up the inside of Jared Love, and there's nothing Love can do about it. Fulton, of course, the Superbike, if it is that, on slicks, and well, Jared Love on the production GSXR 750. They're a fast bike, but they're no match to a hot rod Superbike. So in and out of the infield hairpin. 8, Dean Fulton from Mount Maunganui leads it. In 2nd place, Hamilton's Jared Love, and in 3rd place now it is a Hayabusa of Brian Bernard. Remember, Brian Bernard only had to ride 1 race in the A-grade to wrap up the title. The A-grade race is brought to you, of course, by Arcade Chains, the chain of choice, and really have been great sponsors here for the 1999 Suzuki Series. Tim Gibbs and his team, as we said earlier, doing a fantastic job here. This man doing a fantastic job as well, though. Dean Fulton getting set for the summer. on the Kawasaki. Suzuki's in second and third and maybe even fourth at the moment as they go across the stripe down the Central Power's front straight once again. Down through the gearbox, onto the brakes and through into Coca-Cola goes race leader Dean Fulton. Second place, 69, Jared Love. And in third place, it is number 7, Brian Bernard. Remember, we told you coming into this one, he was the points leader in the A grade, 221 points to Corey Oxenham's 172 points. Really, the guys in front, 69, Jared Love and also Dean Fulton, have got nothing to ride for, if you like, because they're well down on the points. Dean Fulton, 12th coming into this round, and one behind him on 13th in the points is Jared Love. But they've certainly got a point to prove, and you can see that by the speed that the Kawasaki generates as it heads down the Denny Holmes straight once again. 8, Fulton in the front, 69, Jared Love in second place. Great shots there of the Kawasaki. Just gingerly onto the throttle again and down the long back straight here at the Mansfield Auto Course. 69, Jared Love in second place. The Hayabusa gets a little bit closer now, and really the first time we get to have a good look at number 36. This is Ray Clee from Kumu up there north of Auckland on the CBR 600 Honda, the Castrol Honda sponsored machine. Looks a little bit like Aaron Slight there. That's the idea. Get the recognition for the brand. 36, Ray Clee, back from a very fruitful trip overseas, stretching the Honda legs a little bit as he comes down Central Power now and starts to tag onto the back of Brian Bernard. So perhaps the race within a race developing between the Honda and the Suzuki. Remember, out in the front, it is Beanie to his friends, number 8, Dean Fulton. This is the battle further down the field, 4th and 5th. 7, Bernard on the Hayabusa. That is a big, big motorcycle. And behind him, number 36, Ray Clee on the CBR 600 Honda. A-grade racing here at Mansfield, brought to you by Arcade Chains. And this man doing all the damage at the front of the field. 12th going into the points for round number 6, the final of the Suzuki Series. Number 8, Dean Fulton. He's going to win this one, make no mistake about it. All he's got to do is stay on 2 wheels. And he's done that the whole day so far, and I can't see anything going wrong. 8, Fulton in the front, just coming into your shot now. Number 69, Jared Love. Really a learning experience for Jared, as I said, just new to the 750, rode the 600. With a lot of distinction, a lot of wins last season, and this man new to this bike, and that is the Hayabusa, the 1300cc Suzuki Monster. Hayabusa is, of course, a peregrine falcon from Japan. Suzuki paying homage to that bird. Gets up to speeds of over 300 kilometres an hour, and that's the bird we're talking about, not the motorcycle. Ray Clee, beautiful move up the inside to put the 600 Honda through into third place now. So perhaps the fight going out of Brian Bernard a wee bit. He only had to finish this race really to wrap up the A-grade series, as he has done the open production class as well for the 99 Suzuki Series. This man, though, looking for the win. Number 8, Fulton from Mount Maunganui. Has been doing a little bit of competition in Australia, back in New Zealand now. Getting sharp for the summer, as he says. This is the idea of coming to Mansfield for this, the 6th and final round of the Suzuki Series. And Dean Fulton using it to full advantage. Number 8 on the Kawasaki, the Hamilton Motorcycle Centre machine. Second place, remember, Jared Love, the Road and Sport Suzuki Shell Advanced Oils bike. But it is all this man as he heads down towards the front straight once again. 8, Dean Fulton. Down the Central Power front straight he comes, and the checkered flag awaits the Kawasaki rider, takes the applause of the crowd and wins it well. So the Arcade A-grade goes to Dean Fulton. In second place, Jared Love on the Suzuki. Third place, great ride from Ray Clee. And in fourth, but wrapping up the series, Brian Bernard. Well, Dean, another good win. Tell us about that move in the Castrol S's.
The one on Jared Love? Well, that one was... I was pulling up behind him and I thought, oh, I'm on slicks and this bike's feeling really good, so I'm going to go through here, and there was enough room, so I just bowled on through and felt pretty comfortable.
So if we have a look at the overall results in the 600 Sports Production, Warren Turner the winner, whilst in open production and A-grade, the domain of Brian Bernard. Formula 3 Plus, Taurong's Bill van der Hoven. Well, folks, as you can see, the Mansfield Auto Course all but deserted, and that means that the 1999 Suzuki Winter Series is all over. We've crowned the champions from the various classes. We've had hundreds and hundreds of riders right throughout the multi-round series, and once again, Tim Gibbs and his officials have done a superb job. We hope you enjoyed the coverage and look forward to bringing you more motorcycling in the future.